Hey, it's Jason with Incredibly Useful Exercises, Volume 14, Hybrid Workout number 2. Wow, I can't believe I remembered all of that. Let's get this camera on the head for week 14. Make sure my chin is not in the shot, which is not my ideal shot. And I can't believe that I'm coming to the end of these videos. I don't know what will happen. Let's get a screen grab going of Modacity, my practice app of choice, with this new iOS interface. There we go. I have a whole bunch of video projects that I've been working on, and in quite different formats. I don't know if the GoPro on the head will return or not. We'll start here with a routine that I built out of Modacity. 39 minutes is what this one came out just based on my timings. And so we'll see if it takes that long or it might take longer. Oops, gotta take the practice mute off. My end pen is slipping a little bit. It's here we are in San Francisco. It's a beautiful 62 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny day. Not predicted to be hot. It had been quite smoky last week with wildfires, but the last couple of days have been great here in the city. So here's hoping that continues. Let's check. This is Tonal Energy, by the way, the app that I use for tuning. Wow, super sharp. Okay. There we go. Wow, that was weird. A little bit sharp. Okay. That's okay. Those are all within the range of acceptability. This is my Leatherwood Bespoke rosin, the 40% hydration, which I can't believe I'm using, or is it the 30? Oh, it's the 30, that's right. So this is on the drier side, but it seems to work well for the warmer months here in San Francisco. So I'm sticking with it. Rosin maker Andrew Baker, he's outside of Sydney, Australia. Quite a few similarities in climate to where I live here in the Bay Area. But wherever you're at, I think it's great rosin. People ask me about that rosin. It's $60, $80 Australian, which is, or something like that. I think it's around $80 US, and you get 2 of them, which is right in line with what premium rosin costs. So I don't think it's too bad. Okay, here's silence. We just got back from an hour run with the little guy over there in the DOG bed. He has to wear a diaper because he sneaks off and pees in the house. So hopefully we can work on that behavior. But okay, so centering. So thinking of the feet. Whoa. Okay, is that how this day's gonna go? We'll see. Okay, so feet in the connection to the ground, knees. Check in with my hips. Just kind of wiggle around. Check in with my breath. Wow. Never realized how much tension I'm holding until I start doing this. Lower back. Ooh, shoulder blades. I think this is one of these exercises that will persist after I'm done with these 16 volumes. Neck. Well, the more I do these, the more I think I'm going to continue with them, kind of maybe cycle through them. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Apparently I'm doing 2 bows for everything today. That's fine. Breath. Left shoulder, kind of checking in with everything else along the chain. Left elbow, left wrist. Think about balance. Left hand, wiggle the fingers. Checking with my breath. whole body, kind of feel like a Star Trek style kind of blue light going all over everything. Just my arms, which is interesting. I guess that's what's most notably engaging. And breath. Good. Ooh, that timed out perfectly. Okay, got a little bit of rosin build up on the strings, so I just wipe it off. And then usually with this rosin, I do that and then we're good. Okay, so how did that go? That was fine. Tonalization. Okay, we've done this many times, but it's a great exercise. So again, we engage the string pizzicato, which is this very pure way, my words but maybe Dennis's words, I can't remember what he says about this, pure way of just getting the string ringing. And then we think, okay, let's do that, and now we'll take the bow. So we'll do a pizz. Can we get that same feeling with the bow? Yes, we can. Okay, good. And then D string pizz. And then the same thing with the arco. And we just keep doing that. So now we'll do just arco. That's this right here, just arco. So thinking about that pizzicato. Ooh, that was kind of a bad one. Try that one again. We go on. D, same thing, just D string. I'm trying to basically have flat hair. If you can see that, I don't know how well you can see that. And I'm getting a little, ooh, there, relax, Jason. Oh, wow, it's amazing. I practiced Saturday, practiced these Saturday, did not practice Sunday. Here it is Monday. I feel a little rusty. It's amazing what a day of not playing bass will do. Maybe I'm just getting old too. That could be. Okay, so half note. Go on, D string. Yes. And then we go on and we do 3 counts. So most of the bow, 2, 3, and we just set, engage. Same thing on the D string. And the whole idea is grab the string, whether it's pizzicato or bow, and then you release, like a bow and arrow. That's what I'm trying to think of when I'm doing these exercises. Then just real quick, because we're out of time, we'll do arco just on the 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Back to pizzicato. I always love how these exercises kind of come back to the beginning so often with Dennis. And then center, and I often stand up. I'll even let my bass go out like this. Feel like I'm lengthening, like there's a string attached to the top of my head. All those good visualizations I find helpful. Okay, tonalization. Oh, I feel like I'm out of breath, but the problem is I come back and do a run, and then I immediately do this video. So if I usually am not as out of breath as I am. Okay, the idea with these breathing scales is to time them to your natural breath. So don't try to force your breath. Just change the bow as you change inhalations and exhalations. So I'll start by exhaling on the G. And I'm going to go to the A. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, and I just got back from a run and I'm feeling a little dizzy doing that. And he even specifies in here, if you get dizzy, stop playing. So I'm going to stop playing. Do not want to fall over. Okay, so trampolines. This is interesting. So Kurt Muroki, the wonderful bass teacher at Indiana University, sent me a message the last time I did these, and that was like 2.5 months ago. This just hasn't come up in the chain. So he recommended that there's some danger to just bouncing the bow, especially like I demonstrated with thumb and 1. So I'm showing you here what So Kurt says don't do that. So I will stop giving that advice. If Kurt Moroki, who's awesome and is far more knowledgeable about string pedagogy than me, says that's bad, then I'm going to stop doing that. What he did say, and I need to reread that. I just don't want to call up my mess. Oh, I have to remember to turn on stupid do not disturb. Someone called me in the middle of this last time. Okay, so one thing Kurt did recommend, and I'm going to demonstrate that today since I've never done this, is lying down on the ground, which I actually practiced this on Saturday just to make sure I could do it. Hello, William. I know, it's very exciting. Okay, so he recommended lying down on the ground and practicing dribbling like this, because what he was saying, my dog finds this fascinating. Hey, boy. Oh, God. Yes, no. I will. This may not work with the dog. The violinists and violists, this is a great thing to practice because the violin and the viola are parallel to the ground, so the bow just bounces naturally. With bass, there's this problem of the challenge of a bouncing bow on cello and bass is that you can't completely use gravity. Like when I'm down here on the floor like this, which I think I need to stand up because although my dog settled down, okay. When you're bouncing like this on cello bass, if you really just let gravity take hold, you would drop the bow. So lying on the floor like that gives you that feeling of freedom that you get with violin viola, practicing dribbling like that. So that's good advice. Maybe I need to do that when my wife has our boy elsewhere. But anyway, it's a cool exercise. So it's the second time in my life I've tried to do that, and it's great. Thank you, Kurt, for the recommendation. I hope that was vaguely helpful to people. Hopefully, it was at least entertaining. So here we go. Long tone. So we start with 2 counts per bow. And then we go 3, 4, I'll turn this off until I actually start playing. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then this is 16 counts, 18, 20. Then you step down, you were going up in that increment, now then you go down and double the increment, if that makes sense. So you go from 20 to 16, then 12, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Now, I've talked through part of it, so I probably will run out of time, but 4 minutes is like the exact right amount if I just start immediately on a normal day. So here, we'll just see how far we get. So we start with 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, 1, 2, 3. Try to use all the bow. Now, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally I'd repeat these more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He just drank a bunch of water, so now he's going to have to pee again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just finish at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I'm way off mic. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. In center. Wow, those are a lot harder when I'm trying to talk through them. Okay, that's great. I would do some of these. I was not doing all the repeats just for the sake of time on that one, but it's okay. Frame survey. I love this exercise. So this exercise, again, I've talked about this many times at this point, but it just runs through the Rabath positions, which are 1, 2, right there, 3, there, 4, 5, 6, everything else. And I'm going to give some specific student shout outs, but I'll just use your first name. Somebody I've occasionally connected with, Joe. You had a question when we were, if you're watching this video, you were asking about when it's practical to not use the E string up high. Well, in this exercise, Dennis has you go to the E string in all positions. So I do think it's cool to practice. And actually, I was thinking a little bit about this week. Sometimes you do need these harmonics. So hey, I would never choose like short, fat strings sound like hot garbage. So that is not a string length I would choose. I would rather have the longest string available possible to me, or possibly for a darker tone, a slightly shorter string. Let me explain that super quick. If I was playing, like I've subbed in a lot of major symphony orchestras. If I was playing in the Lyric Opera of Chicago Pit, actually one of my former students is principal bass there, but back in the day I used to sub there, and when I lived in Chicago, and Greg Sarche, one of the bass players in that orchestra, wonderful guy and bass player and just human being. I remember playing and noticing he always picked the first position note. And I was talking to him about that, and he said, yeah, he would say, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, I always choose the longest string length possible. And just all things being equal, a longer string thinner string length is going to sound better than a shorter, thicker string length. Now this A could still be okay. This A even, in certain musical situations, could be fine, and I don't think I've ever chosen to play that A. Not to say I haven't in certain rapid passages. So anyway, what this frame survey does, and I've talked through it, but I will actually play it now, is it just goes through every possible note in every position, and then it just does harmonics up high. Okay, here, let's just do it, Jason. So just what are the practical notes in the positions? Fourth position. Oops. And then fourth, I forgot. He just is doing 3 notes. We could do thumb 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do thumb 1, 3, like he says. Now, here are the notes I would never really choose, but those E string notes sound like trash, but, you know, maybe I need them someday. Now, whoa, and I just barfed all over that. But anyway, and then you go back down, but I'm out of time, so gotta keep moving. Max's Magic. Love this exercise. Generally, I do it on one string, and then I do it on the next string and the next string. This version Dennis has starts in the low E string and just goes up chromatically to this Rabath third position right here. So I'm going to do that. But if I wasn't working through these, I would probably do the former. Okay, so here we go. Just making sure I'm in tune. A, B flat, B, C, check to make sure I'm in tune, C sharp, D, E flat, whoops, hit my computer, yikes, bow scars on my laptop. Now here's where I would generally start, and then I would go a little higher in a normal practice session. Oh, and I'm tensing up just a little bit. Maybe I need to do some yoga when I come back from these runs. I just feel, the last few weeks have been a little tighter than normal when I've been playing this stuff. Okay, take a breath, center, start on A flat again. Was adequate. I'm going to get a drink of water. Hello. So we'll just let the clock run out on that. Okay. I'm going to stretch out. Whew. Oh. Yikes. I'm going to go down toward the floor. Stretch. This is one of my favorite stretches. Of course, again, a more quote-unquote proper camera angle. You could actually see what I'm doing. More of those in weeks to come, but I got a couple more weeks of these incredibly useful exercises. This will have been 4 months. I've done one of these a week, and I don't want to break my streak, so I'm just going to keep going. Bumblebees, these are great. I was actually chatting with a couple of other Bay Area bass teachers, a few other Bay Area bass teachers, a little Zoom therapy session in some ways, and pedagogical talking, and we were talking about these. These are great. Gary Carr, who's still playing like a rock star as he approaches 80 years old, does these every day, or at least the last time I checked in with him, he did. So maybe I should do the same. I have been doing them much more often now that I've discovered them. So we start on D, F, E, F is the first pattern. Then, so thumb 3, 2, 3, then it changes to thumb 3, 1, 3. Then it goes thumb 2, 1, 2, then the thumb bumps down a half step, and then we repeat the process as we chromatically descend the bass. I want to make sure I don't blow my computer, and I'm relatively on mic, so you get my bass. Let's try it. Let's see how this goes. I'm not going to go too fast either. I always go too fast in everything in life. Slow down, Jason. Yep. C natural. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Up to E flat. C to D with C sharp in the middle. B. Now we're going B to D. That's the frame. B flat to D flat. A to C. Kind of sloppy with that today, but I'm staying relatively in tune, so that's a positive. G sharp to B is the new frame. Thumb to G, and now to B flat is the frame. F sharp to A is the frame. Got another minor third right there. The F to A to G sharp A flat. I realized I should probably zoom in so you could see what I'm talking about. I'm on E now. Ho 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 ho. This one right here. E flat. Yeah, D sharp right there. Oh, pitch, Jason. Yikes. D to F is our frame. Always a minor third frame. Oops. There we go, and I'm getting a little rosin buildup, but boy, the rosin situation, the difference between 62 and 92 Fahrenheit is a profound difference on your rosin. It's so much easier to do this today. Okay, tempo and dynamics. I love this exercise. And I got to stop saying that because I say that about all of these. So change dynamics only with bow speed. That's kind of like the main point. Yeah, and then there are all these variations, and they're great. I've done a few of them. B is surprisingly hard, doing 4 in a bow. I'm going to do separate. I'm going to take the easy path today. So I'm going to use very little bow with pianissimo, use a lot of bow with fortissimo, and then all the dynamics in between, I will go between those two extremes. So very little bow. Tons of bow. Very little bow. Tons of bow. Very little bow. Little more. More. Even more. Little less. Less. Even less. Lots. Very little. Lots. Less. Whoops. Crescendo. Diminuendo. Fortissimo. And it's interesting. I've been talking about this series for 4 months now, but I've just been working through them. I haven't really talked about how valuable I've actually found. Well, I've sort of dripped it in here and there, but how valuable I've actually found these. Just especially during this stinking pandemic, just to have something where I feel like I'm working in some organized fashion towards getting better at something with no performances. I mean, I don't have to state the obvious, but no performances, nothing tangible to work toward. A lot of musicians I've been chatting with, both for my podcast, or just informally, that there's just this despair, this tone of despair that people have. And so thank you, Dennis. This was not a pandemic project of his. He was actually working on it before the pandemic. But it has been a great pandemic project for me. So I'll have to find some sort of way to sum up these what'll probably be at least 16 hours of me practicing through these. So anyway, let's not make it longer than 16 hours. This will keep moving. Okay, double steps. I love these. Also, got to stop saying that. that because I say it for everything. It's a great finger pattern. A great friend of mine and colleague from Chicago named John Tuck, great bass player. Love John. Can't wait to hang out with him again. He showed me this exercise 20 years ago or something, and it's something that I have done. I don't remember where Dennis credits it from. Paul Ellison. Well, double stops are, this exercise is unattributed. Is that how you say that word? God, Jason. Okay. But it's one that has been floating around in the bass world for a long time. So the pattern is right here. One on the low, 4 on the high. 2 on the low, 4 on the high. 2 on the low, 1 on the high, 4 on the low, 1 on the high. Well, this is harder to say. Then you should just play 4 on the low, 2 on the high, and then tritone, 1 on the low, 2 on the high. So without talking through it. And you can do all kinds of bowing variations. You can do it like C. I've never demoed this. You can play it short if you want. I would probably start with playing it long just because that seems to illuminate more problems. And then, at least for me, and then you just go down by half steps. So it goes like this. And I'm amazed at how challenging it can be to just play a simple fifth in tune. There we are. Got that ringing bell sound in the bass. Whoop. I'm going to start on firm ground. Whoops, I should probably play a corrected G. I try to believe in the low note and adjust the high note, but I gotta make sure I actually have the low note. Ugh. Do different bowings. Whoops. And then I was on Saturday when I was practicing these, I did them on the middle 2 strings too. I'm just going to do them on the top, and you can do them on the bottom. They're good. It's a great, as David Allen Moore likes to say, musical hygiene sort of exercise, like brushing your teeth, musically speaking. Okay, vomits. I do these many different ways. I've talked about these many times. There's a lot of info on these. Gary Carr is famous for doing these. I learned them from Jeff Radisich back in the early 90s. At his summer camp, which was then at Northwestern University, now is at University of North Texas. I'm going to do 2 for the low note and 4 for the high note. And when I get into thumb position, that 4 is going to become 3. And I don't know if I'm going to vibrate. We'll see if I do or not. Well, let's see. Okay, so 2, 4. I guess I'm not vibrating. I'm going to slow it down. Gonna go to 3. Now A natural, B flat. Good, I'm gonna turn my drone up so I can hear it and you can hear it. Well, I guess that's as loud as it goes. So B flat, C, D, F, G, A flat. Now I'm going to start vibrating. Wow, that was terrible, but I'll keep going. There's no sound like 40 bass players doing this in unison. Now going to F, I'm going to switch to 4. need to get some of that guitar fretboard stuff, the kind of lubrication stuff guitarists use. That works great for bass. Everything's just a little on the sticky side. I gave myself 5 minutes when I was planning this out, thinking that I would do these, but I dislike doing those exercises so much that I can't spend any more time on it. I just lose my mind. I don't know why. I used to do those all the time. They're great for you. I feel better when I do them. I just hate them. It's like burpees or something. Okay, so Virtuoso Arpeggios. I don't know how many of these repeats I'm going to do. I'm just seeing how many more we have in here. Yeah, maybe I'm not going to do all these repeats, but it starts off, these are the things that if you ever want to play the music of Bottesini or other 19th century bass composers, especially Bottesini though, you need to have these under your fingers. So. Now, next bar. Whoops, can't look at the page. I don't quite have them memorized, which is hilarious because I've been doing these my whole life. And then next one. Now we're in Roboth, fourth position, thumb position. Thumb. 1, 3, pinky. Then 4, and then I think we pop up to the high D, right? What? Yep. So now we're up here. Now similar thing, just using all harmonics. A string. Pop over the D for the high note. Back down to low, and now we connect the first, this is for B, we connect the first 2 octaves. So. Whoa, that was fairly out of tune. Let's do that again. Whoops, wow, slow down, Jason. Fugly note is always for me 1, that third up high, then we G, second inversion. Whoops, can't talk and play. Now A string, popping over to the E. Now we connect them all in C. So now we start low. I'm going to zoom out just so I don't have to move this around for this one. So C is. Or did I skip? I might have skipped. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, I'm skipping, I guess. So I'm going to C. Try in. Slow down, Jason. Checking with the different positions. Just as the bell rings. Okay. Good. Okay, actually. 3 stars, I guess. That might be being kind. Okay, growing bow scale. We use more bow as we change dynamics. So change dynamics with bow speed. That's what Dennis writes. And he starts off, and I like the way he does this. Is quite well thought out. Like all of these things, starts off just doing straight up crescendo, decrescendo. Then as you get into it, he starts to mix it up and put them in different spots. So take a breath. Stretch it out. Whew. Okay, here we go. Growing bow scale. Start pianissimo, go to fortissimo. Fortissimo. Pianissimo. this is kind of cool. Now all of it's subito fortissimo. So you go down, and if you go up to fortissimo right there, and then same thing. Pianissimo, drop to pianissimo, drop. Pianissimo, fortissimo. Then we'll go on. Crescendo, diminuendo. Little hairpins. One big crescendo, diminuendo. Good, wow. I start sweating buckets. All of a sudden the sun is starting to come in and get my practice zone a little bit, so I need to get a little drink of water. Oh. I think I need more than that. Okay. This bug zapping racket, by the way, our little boy in the dog bed there does not like that thing. It's hilarious. Not that I use it in any sort of mean way, but just I have to go after the fruit flies in here, and he sees that thing and he just turns around and goes the other way. Okay. Color and dynamics are different, and then sound. So this is the last one. Also great exercise. I will probably go faster than 80 for the tempo, but the idea is just exploring. Where did he go? Oh, right under there. Okay. Exploring the range of tone colors. So we start off whole bow by the fingerboard. So a very floaty tone. Now we're going to use less bow at the midpoint. Get a more focused tone. Then at the bridge, very little bow and an extremely focused. And I'm trying to push it in terms of the extremes. So I would, and the 3 lines being fingerboard and such. Go on to the next one, midpoint. So on and so forth. And again, very intelligently thought out how he kind of gets the concept going, and now he introduces some variables. So now we're doing the same thing, but we're going to close the string, which is really important to practice because most of our time, midpoint, is spent on closed strings. So if we spend too much time practicing open strings, it's like, we're only really practicing those 4 notes, and they behave in a weird, slight, a different way than closed notes. So, I practice open strings every day, but I think it's intelligent, and Dennis is doing the same thing here, to get off of them and practice similar concepts. This is just about expanding your tonal palette, and it's just a great exercise. Okay, we'll finish up this relatively short edition with 30 more seconds of silence. Okay, that is going to do it for volume 14 of incredibly useful exercises. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and checking out this series. I have, 13 more hours or so of this. So I will certainly have linked up to the playlist somewhere here of those other sessions. I have a course on Discover Double Bass that I will also link up to somewhere in the card, or I probably already have. But if you want to follow along with me, the free lessons are on YouTube and in a more organized fashion than a GoPro on the head. Check that out. And thanks we'll do volume 15 next week. We'll get 16 out in a couple weeks, and then I don't know what's going on with these, or if I'll ever do these GoPro videos again, or maybe I'll do them for the rest of my life. We'll see, but we're going to take a shower and drink some water and open up the door so we can get some ventilation here. All right, have a good one.